Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
Well, you just knew it, didn't you? If we were going to do it, we've got to do it the hard way. It's written in the DNA of this club. I swear to God it is. We never do anything the easy way, and last night we proved that. We went down 3-2 against Manchester United. And now normally, normal seasons, there probably would have been no shame in that, in years gone by, but fuck me, this was one of the worst Manchester United sides I have ever seen. And I know we've got injuries, I know we've got players playing ill, fighting through the pain barrier and all of that, coming back from injury in some cases. It's disjointed, it's cobbled together. Yes, I know, yes, I appreciate that, but yesterday felt like a massive missed opportunity to be able to get this elusive victory. We've said for the last 2 games, one more victory and that'll cement our place, and we just haven't got the job done. And no excuses as far as I'm concerned from us. We go into this weekend's game, we are still ahead of Manchester United in the league table. Only just, it's Ants Norm type job now going into the last game of the season. And Newcastle United, we simply have to go down to Brentford and get the victory. We have to get a better result than what Manchester United do, or match Manchester United. So a victory, it takes care of business, nice and easy. And we qualify for Europe through 7th, because let's face it, Manchester City are going to absolutely wipe the fucking floor with Manchester United in the cup final. So that should be enough to get into the Conference League. And look, some people may look down on the competition, but if we were to qualify for it, you'd have to count us, especially with the planned investment, with the players hopefully back, with a squad with a bit more luck about it. Is one of the favourites to win that competition, so that's the way that you've got to be looking at it. It opens up an avenue to possibly win silverware. It's another avenue open to us next season, and it's important that we finish the season right. To miss out on European competition altogether, to me, would be wrong. It would be disastrous. It's not the signal we want to be sending out. It does help us to attract players to come into the project, that we got back into Europe despite all of the injuries and everything else. To be able to do that against the odds, I think would be a major boost, a major feather in the cap, and it gets the club used to continuously being in European competition season in, season out, because ultimately that is what we want as a club. That is part of the project, that is part of the plan, to be a regular team that takes part in Europe. So I think it is important that we do get it. I have seen some of the comments, people saying, well, if we're not in Europe, the players won't be as fatigued, they won't pick up as many injuries, it'll be better, we'll have a better season next campaign and we'll finish higher up. And I get that, I totally get that. But for me, the prestige and a chance to win another competition, opening up that other avenue, that other way to win something and take the monkey off our back, so to speak, I'm all for that. So I've got everything crossed. I'm not doing I'm not doing the Spurs when they're celebrating, because they've lost, because they've denied Arsenal, all that sort of like small mentality type stuff. To me, I want us to win. For me, I want us to qualify for this competition, and I want the trips, I want the games at St James's Park, I want the matches under the floodlights at St James's Park, the atmosphere. And again, it opens up the opportunity for as many people as possible to see Newcastle United, which is difficult these days with the limitations on the size of the stadium, the ticketing problems, etc. The more matches that we play, the more opportunity that there is for everybody to be able to see Newcastle United, all of our fan base to be able to see games. So again, it makes sense. Financially, probably not the most lucrative or money spinning thing. Unless you get to the end of it, it probably literally only makes peanuts. But it's not about that. Football isn't about spreadsheets. Football isn't about accountants and this, that and the other and bank balances. It's about moments, it's about nights, it's about atmospheres, it's about winning stuff. So that's what it is for me. So fingers crossed, we go down on Sunday. It's a massive game. I think changes need to be made. I've said this for a while. I will continue to bang the drum. If you like Joe Linton are good enough, fit enough, ready enough to be on the bench, they are ready enough truly to play the game. It's a one-off game, and then it's the summer break after this trip to Australia, of course. But I just think the likes of Joe Linton and Nick Pope especially have been major misses this season. They've missed the majority of the season. We lack bite, we lack metal, we lack bottle in the middle of the park without Joe Linton. And it's no coincidence that with the Pope and Joe Linton out of the side, we are conceding far more goals and we're not winning as many games as what we do when they are both in. Sweeper keeper, definitely for the way that the system Eddie Howe operates is a massive plus. And like I said on the socials last night, Martin Dubravka, I don't know what it is. He's lost his aura. He's lost his confidence, his mojo. I don't know what it is. His command of the box, that presence that he used to have, that has gone. I just don't see it anymore. And some of the goals that they're scoring, I'm sitting there thinking, Pope would save that. Pope would save that. And it's just amazingly frustrating. And that is why this summer is such an important summer, because it is time to be as ruthless as possible. It's black and white. It always is, but you know what I mean. He's good enough, he's not good enough. There's no sentiment that can come into it. We need a squad full of 25 players who can come in and play, and we can't afford to carry passengers. We can't afford to be sentimental about players who were good years ago. There comes a time, and at that time they need to be moved on. So I do hope there is changes for this weekend. One player I hope who doesn't get moved out will be Lewis Hall. Fantastic last night. Again, absolutely and utterly worth the money. You've got to say worth the money, worth the outlay. Definitely. But yeah, some tough decisions to come up, but they just need to put all of that aside for the time being. Pick the best players, pick the most aggressive. I want to see plenty of shithousing when we're down to Brentford, by any means necessary. Get the 3 points. I don't want a situation where we've lost, Manchester United's lost, so we're through. No, let's be nice, positive and confident. We should be able to go down to Brentford, get the 3 points, secure the place, finish 7th in the season. I doubt Chelsea are going to slip up. You never know, but I doubt it. 7th, get into this Europa Conference League. Easy for me to say. I've had a fucking long day, exhausted after a full day at work, but yeah, let's go down there, get the points, score a few goals. Again, help to try and repair a little bit of the damage with regards to the away record. And it's that needs looking at next season. And it's not certainly the games against the top sides that generally we've struggled against. It is some of the sort of lesser names. It is some of the smaller clubs in the league that we've struggled against. If we don't qualify, you're looking back at games like against the likes of Luton, no disrespect, Everton and so on and so forth, as games where we've dropped points when we shouldn't be dropping points, and it comes down to that soft underbelly, the fact that we've been a bit of a soft touch this season. And for me, I just want to see us get a little bit smarter, more streetwise next campaign, a little bit nastier, and back to that shithousing Mags, Atletico, Newcastle, type thing. I would like to see a little bit more of next season. Back to basics, back to keeping clean sheets, back to not conceding many goals. Hopefully get Sven Botman back nice and early from his long-term injury. Get some reinforcements in the defensive line and go again next season. But yes, still plenty to play for this season. 1 game left. Has to be 3 points. We have to put it to bed. Hopefully the likes of Wilson make an appearance. That would be nice, wouldn't it? I love the lad, but it's no good if he's constantly in the treatment room, one of those players who again has missed the majority of the campaign, playing the campaign with just one main striker fit most of the time. And even then Isak's had his injury worries because he's having to carry all the burden, of course, of all the striking responsibilities, because the options are so limited up top. Hopefully Anthony Gordon is okay to play it this weekend as well after... Yeah, you know it, I know it, the world knows it. It's an Old Trafford decision. They've had them for years and years and years, and they continue to get them. Whether it's with VAR, without VAR, it doesn't really matter. It's just a tool to be able, for the Premier League to be able to control and keep the cartel clubs happy. That's the end of it, But, yeah, same old shit. Not getting penalties at Old Trafford. It happened last season. It happened again this season. But top and bottom of it, Newcastle United did not do enough on the day to be able to get the points and to put this European thing to bed. Even a point would have been better than nothing and would have kept the status quo and sorted us out. But all to play for on the last day. Got to be confident, got to be happy if we can get some sort of European football. Fingers crossed. Let me know what you think down below the score is going to be at the weekend. Who needs to come in? Who needs to go out? Who needs to stay? Who needs to go? Let me know down below. And in the meantime, take care, keep it tuned, and I'll speak to you later.